That movie dork here to perform a trivia exorcism on the surreal dark comedy Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Release date, March 30th, 1988. Budget, 15 million bones. Tech specs, the base model Panavision Panaflex camera paired with Zeiss lenses, I'm guessing standard Mark IIs or the super speeds due to a lack of info. Captured on an Eastman Kodak 125T 5247 and 400T 5295 35mm film.
Hell yeah.
Michael Keaton said no at least once to this project, but was convinced by his manager to meet with Burton, and they hit it off. A lot of Beetlejuice's character design ideas can be credited to Michael, who went to the makeup and wardrobe department suggesting mold on his face, enlarged teeth, his hair looking like he stuck his finger in an electric socket, and that his clothes all be from different time periods. The team went on to earn the Best Makeup and Hairstyling Oscar in 1989 for their efforts.
Hell yeah.
Tim Burton originally wanted Sammy Davis Jr. to play Beetlejuice, as Sammy was a favorite star of his since childhood, but the studio executives didn't like that idea at all. Meanwhile, producer John Peters considered casting comedian Sam Kinison for the lead role, but Kinison's agent never told him about it. What a wildly different movie it would have been with either choice. Rest in peace, Sammy and Sam. This movie was the first ever DVD sent out by Netflix back in 1998, when it was still DVDs by mail. The design of the underworld is a nod to the German expressionist film The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, one of Tim Burton's biggest influences. It is a silent film from 1920, still speaking to us today. This movie, along with Spaceballs, Big, and Caddyshack 2, are the few PG-rated films in the PG-13 era to contain the F-word. Beetlejuice Preying on the Fly was a tribute to the horror film The Fly, which Gina Davis starred in alongside Jeff Goldblum in 1986, and Michael Keaton was offered that lead role but turned it down. You can hear the fly scream the famous line from the original 1958 film. Help me! Help me! Sylvia Sidney, who played their caseworker, is shown with smoke emitting out of a hole in her throat. In real life, Sylvia would pass away from throat cancer at the age of 88. Rest in peace, Sylvia. The visual effects budget was a paltry $1 million, which became a major factor in the final look of the effects themselves, which Tim Burton embraced. For instance, when Adam and Barbara try to see their reflections in the mirror, Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin are really looking into the set through the mirror's frame with the glass removed and the fireplace turned around. Pretty cheap solution to the lack of budget. Stop motion was another one of those cost-saving solutions, which ended up being a net positive in the charm category.
Hell yeah.
The skeleton head on top of Beetlejuice's merry-go-round is one of the first appearances of Jack Skellington, a character that Tim Burton had been drawing since 1982 and would become the protagonist in 1993's The Nightmare Before Christmas, which Burton co-wrote and produced. Beetlejuice's number in the waiting room is 9,998,383,750,000. Lydia wearing a red dress for the forced wedding is a nod to the old rhyme about wedding colors. Married in red, better off dead. Speaking of marriage, Catherine O'Hara met her husband, production designer Bo Welch, on this project. Director Tim Burton talked Bo into asking Catherine out on a date, and he said, "It didn't even occur to me that I was even supposed to talk to actors. But since Tim told me to, I did. And then we dated and were married, and here we are today." They were married on April 25th, 1992, and have two sons, Matthew and Luke. Tim Burton, the matchmaker. Michael Keaton's favorite performance, and the first in his 40-year collaborative relationship with Tim Burton, along with the 1989 Batman and its 1992 sequel Batman Returns, Dumbo in 2019, and Beetlejuice in 2024. Final bag! $73.7 million worldwide, with $8 million on its opening weekend. Although not immediately, Tim Burton would later go on to direct the 2024 sequel Beetlejuice, which raked in a significant $452 million worldwide. Thanks for watching this dorky trivia video about the ghost with the most, Beetlejuice. Shout out some of your favorite moments or quotes from the flick, or your favorite movies. Alright, I gotta get out of here. My buddy Billy needs me to help him out with something.